What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so I want to first start off by saying, guys, I haven't mastered the skill set of trading. All right, I am well on my way to mastering the skill set of reading a chart. All right, it is like a second language. I did tell you guys this literally was the probable scenario. All right, this literally was the probable scenario. Nobody can deny me that. Go over the written updates, even go over the videos if you want to watch a long-ass video. But hey, more importantly, or more specifically, go over to Weeble. Go look at the probable scenarios over the last week, 2 weeks. This was it. All right, and I was saying it doesn't make sense to fall off a cliff before having that counter trend for gas to be put back in these cars, so then people could drive their cars down the cliff. All right, like straight up. Shorts were out of gas. They were out of fuel. You needed a counter trend in order to do that, or it was not going to be an impulsive move down. It wasn't going to be that explosive downside action like we have going on here, all right, or over here. It wasn't going to be that. I do think that is what we have in store. I do think we're going to come down and break lows. But again, this was the move you needed. I didn't know how far this move was going to go. But again, this was it. And guess what? Guess where we outlined where this move will likely stall out, guys? Right here. All right, right here. And again, I'm not like I take accountability for that. I am not the best freaking trader. All right, I'm not. This literally shows it. All right, I'm not like let's look at it this way, right? In terms of reading a chart, I have a rep we'll say I have a rep twice a day. I get to make a YouTube video and then I have the written update. So I have 2 reps a day on there. All right, my trading, all right, my trading. Guess what? You had 1 rep right here. You had one. Now you're going to have another, all right? But I will say this kind of was my rep there, all right? It was, I'll say right here. That was my rep. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You have a rep down here. You have a rep down here. And look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reps, all right? Since I started making these, well, actually, we caught that one. We also caught that one. If you do look back to the first video that is here on the channel, I do believe it was somewhere over here. I do believe it was when we were up in this consolidation, maybe. But yeah, guys, that's like 5 reps compared to over the span of time. Let me just look at this, all right? You have a lot of freaking reps here. All right, you have 155 reps. Well, guys, that is a massive difference. There are 30 times more reps in the charts, all right, in reading the charts. Whereas my trades, no, guys, I will get there. All right, I will get there, but I will say right now as well, the exact trade plan would have pretty much worked out exactly according to plan. Yes, there still would have been some pain, but at the same time, it would not have been the pain I'm experiencing right now, which is a fat minus 40K, all right, which it could be more. I haven't looked at it since I made the final entry earlier. And yeah, but like if you want to see my exact thoughts, go over to Twitter. I mean, obviously in this video, I'm going to be sharing the exact thoughts here. But go over to Twitter and see what I was just posting. There is no freaking reason for anybody to be bullish up here. This is not my bias saying this, okay? I am here to make money. Now, I understand I'm down right now, but I do know fully well, all right? I know what my positions will be worth at certain price points. And I do know we are going to reach those certain price points within the next few weeks. All right. I didn't know how far this counter trend would extend itself, but I did say the probable scenario was that you come into these 4 resistances and they act as a magnet. All right. You have resistance 1, which was the 200 MA. You have resistance 2, trendline resistance. Resistance 3, you had the gap fill. Resistance 4, you have this golden pocket. All right. I'm just saying, guys. This is literally what I was saying was the probable scenario. All right. No, I did not play it to the fullest extent. Not even close. All right, but I will actually also show this because this is actually what's on Weeble, and I decided to actually keep this. I decided to keep my Weeble setting at 14 because it is the default, so people are going to be watching it. But yeah, I mean the fact that it's the default means like it's like that's the default. It's the most useful setting that Weeble determined. That's how I look at it. But guess what we got going on? All right, you got this big boy going on right into the trendline resistance, the 200 MA resistance, golden pocket, gap fill resistance. Guys, these were all hit today. All right, if you come over to the 4-hour time frame, you just missed the trend line early this morning, but we're going to go over to our boy SPX, and SPX actually has a very similar setup, if not a more sexy setup. Which I don't know if we end up continuing up the SPY's trend line today, but if you, and yes, this is the exact trend line. There's no way I could have been more precise with this. It's exactly, I used the magnet and you went from there all the way there. And then, yeah, there's that. All right. But you come over to SPX, and SPX is literally, it literally reversed exactly off of it. And when I say exactly, I mean exactly off it, which means it's being respected. This is the proper trend line that represents the bear market trend line. People think you're going to break out. Well, guess what, guys? We have signs that the move is completely fizzling out here going into this trend line. Maybe you overtake it for like a day or two. Maybe. All right. I give it a very, very low probability. I'm saying 95 to 5%. All right. Like 95, like it's 95 to 5. All right. I don't, which means, like, guys, it's extremely unlikely you overthrow this trend line. And if you do, guess what? You're coming up and topping out at 4,030. All right. I don't know what banks are going to say tomorrow. You have bank earnings. I think you have 4 or 5 of the big banks. I know you have BlackRock, you have JP Morgan, you have NY Mellon. All right. And I think there's 2 or 3 more of those big ones. I don't remember off the top of my head. I posted them on Twitter. All right, guys, if you do want my trades, I'm not going to say that they're the best entries. I will always outline the trade plan. If you guys follow the trade plan, those I can almost guarantee will work 100% of the time, all right? But me personally, I told you guys, I'm working on the skill set, all right? Like, straight up, I'm 23 years old, all right? I don't have a reason to be the best trader in the world. Well, what do I do have? I do have a reason to be a very, very solid chartologist at this point, considering this is... Yeah, I put most of my efforts into this. I put most of my efforts and time into charting and just, yeah, the market in general. All right. But again, I'm going to go back to what I just said. I think I said that at the beginning of the video. The reps. All right. You have all these freaking reps that, let's just look at this. Okay. I make a YouTube video each day. I make a written update each day. You come over here. Guess what, guys? All right. Let's say we started making it in here. That's 150. All right. That's 150 reps plus the weekly updates. Yeah, we'll say we got 160 reps there. All right. Well, guess what? I only had 1 rep for, well, we'll say, I know I got that, but we had 1 rep, 2 rep, 3 rep, 4 rep, 5 rep. Well, maybe we caught that. I don't know, but we're not going to say we did. And 6 rep. And now this is the 7th. Well, no, we actually did also. We caught that one, took profits down here at this consolidation. Then we also caught that as well. All right. So that was, well, actually, I took profits. Remember on this one, I took them on this day. It was too early. And then look at what you freaking got. You went way down. But yeah, all right. All in all, guys, like, you see the difference in reps there. I guarantee my charting will guarantee prevail over my trading. All right. But the trading will go along with the charting. So as long as I have enough time in my contracts and as long as I have that big picture point of view in mind at all times, I will prevail. All right. So anybody who is going to bet against me, I'm just telling you right now, you're going to lose. All right. I have no desire not to make money here. And I'm telling you right now, you literally don't have a case to be bullish. All right. You can point to fundamental reasons. Oh, the CPI is the lowest it's ever been. Well, guess what? All right. Guess what? The charts predict the news. All right. They literally just freaking revise them down just so they can meet that. All right. So if they wanted the charts to go up, all right, they would have revised them down one more 0.1%. So it would have been negative 0.2% instead of negative 0.1. And that would have triggered all the algos to buy that crap up. But guess what? I'm going to point this out. You can literally see how ready everyone was to sell. All right. You come over, oh, this is SPX. You come over to SPY. You can see how ready all these algos were set to sell off of CPI. Look at this thing. All right, look at this. You had a crazy, this is probably a 3 or 4%. No, it's not 3%. 1.6% move. You came all the way back down to 390 from 397. That's pretty big, all right? So even off of like the best news possible there, well, not the best news would have been you beat that, all right? You had a weak CPI report. You didn't get that, but you still, like, that's the lowest CPI print that we've had this whole bear market. All right, this whole bear market. But guess what? All right, again, they proved that the charts do predict the news. Because we knew we couldn't overshoot the trend line. All right. We knew, like, it didn't make sense that you had price fizzling out. And that's all these bearish divergence. That's all they show us. They just show us that price is literally fizzling out. All right. And guess what? They're fizzling out, going right into resistance. You had the big, fat, sexy rejection off of there. And look at that. 4-hour candle just started back up. Or no, it did not start back up. You already hit it earlier today. When was that? Oh, I guess it was on the last one. Why does this say 2.5 hours then? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to overthink that. I don't care. It does not matter at all. But yeah, guys, all right, there's like literally no reason to be bullish, right? We're gonna go over my biggest indicator that, like, holy crap, guys, this is the biggest bull trap we've ever seen. All right, and look at this. Look at this. All right. And again, I posted this on Twitter. All right. So if you guys do want to see what I'm doing, all right, you guys don't have to follow these. All right. But if you guys want to see what I'm doing, and like literally every single buy, everything, every single sell I make, if I like, also, I do fully acknowledge people are probably following it. So I'm not going to post the risky ones. All right. I will not be posting the risky, what I deem risky. All right. Now, I will say right now, I do fully acknowledge, right? The put my specific put position down like 60-something%. That's that. All right. And straight up, all right. Like that sucks. All right. That sucks ass. But again, I'm gonna bring it back to what I was just saying. I am not the best trader at this point in my life yet. All right. Give me a few more years, and yeah, no. The trading skill set will be on par with the technical analysis skill set, the chartologist skill set. All right. But all in all, yeah, no, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm just this master trader. No, I've been so freaking transparent, guys. I'm a 23-year-old. I've been in the market for 2 to 2.5 years. All right, I am so freaking transparent about that. Roast me all you want about it. I'm still gonna prevail. All right, if you're a 30-year-old roasting me, guess what? By the time I'm 30 years old, I'm gonna slap that ass. No, I'm not gonna slap that. No, I'm not. That's so weird. So weird. I take it back. Take it back. There's part of my French too. But yeah, guys, like what I'm getting at there is I will prevail. All right. I can guarantee by the time I'm 30, I will prevail. If any 30-year-old wants to start roasting me right now, I'm doing this when I'm 23 years old. All right. I promise I'm not going to stop doing this. All right. So roast me all you want. But guess what? Put a mirror on yourself and just realize the 23-year-old is coming for your ass. All right. And really how it is. That's really how it is. All right. There was this big guy. I actually found out the guy that was getting so mad about my charting. And yes, all right, trade specifically, not the best. All right. But well, I mean, it will capture the move. And yeah, I mean, the February 3rd, I'm serious, guys. Feb 3rd, 380s, they will pay massive. All right. If anybody was loading up around $2, all right, they're probably going for like 150 to $2 right now. All right, guys, by the time you get back down to 380, they're guaranteed going to be going for like 500, $600. All right. That is so freaking valid. All right. That is so valid. You're already up 4 freaking X if you're buying at 150. You're up 3X if you're buying there. And you didn't even experience the drop yet. All right. Well, they might even be up more. Either way, at 370, okay, which I think, like, hey guys, we saw a $30 drop in like 5 trading sessions. All right. It's absolutely massive here. Yeah, $30 drop, 5 trading session. We fall from here, guys. We're going down to 370. All right. And guess what? That's going to put the contracts $10 into the money, and they're going to be going for $10 to $12. All right. Because there's going to be some extrinsic value still on them because of the time value. And boom. All right. Again, that is a very sexy gain right there. I'm not like, I mean, even for me, like, hey, I'm still going to be up 150 something percent, 150, 200% maybe. I don't know. I got to average around $5 right now. All right. I finished adding what I wanted to today. All right. I'm not going to say it's a good average at all. It's not. All right. It's not even close. But, all right. But I still will prevail. All right. I still will prevail. And I mean, guys, I'm serious. That money's going to come rolling in flying colors once this actually, like, I don't know what the catalyst is going to be, but I swear, guys, the narrative is going to switch. You're going to have that. But something I actually will also mention right now is Meet Kevin decided to put out a, what's it called? He put something out on Twitter, and I retweeted it, and it said that half of the inflation from this report was rental inflation, and he's in charge of House Hack. All right, so I do think he's going to prevail with that. I trust his real estate skill set. I don't even know what skill set that would be called. But either way, I trust his opinions on real estate. We'll say that. And he said that, hey, this is like looking up for the next CPI print pretty much. And that is something we have to put on a chart. It's either going to be the 12th or the 13th most likely. And guys, I mean, I'm not going to put it on yet because I don't know if it's the 12th or the 13th. But that is something that in the weekly update we are going to be putting on the chart because there's honestly a high likelihood that either produces the next counter trend rally or that produces the bottom. All right. And if that produces the bottom, all right, we're going to need to fall quick. All right, we are going. I don't think we're gonna hold these lows. I really do not. I don't think anything has changed. I still don't think there's a reason to be mega bullish right now. Like, especially not here. But even if we fall back down to these lows, all right, they still have told us rates are going to be at elevated levels. All right, like further than what the market was pricing in back over here. All right, for the whole year of 2023, which means market's probably going to fall lower than it did last time. All right. That's just how it works. Market's forward looking. And once you have the narrative, probably going to accelerate that downtrend. All right. And again, I don't know what catalyst is going to kick off that narrative, but something is likely to do so in the next few trading sessions, in my personal opinion. All right. But yeah, you have this bearish divergence on the CCI. And even if you go on to the what we normally have the CCI on, which this is what I'll keep it on, but that's what I have the Weeble on because that's the default, and it honestly, it works. All right, it works. But yeah, look at this bad boy. You still are in overbought territory. You have oscillators all the way up here. All right, your stochastic is all the way up here. Last time you ended up having that $30 drop up here. All right, your CCI was lower than it is right now. Your stochastic didn't even reach overbought territory. Your RSI is just about in the same spot. I'm just saying, guys, you're approaching these 4 resistance levels, which was the golden pocket, the trend line, 200 MA, and the gap fill. With all this taking place, and then you have a 4-hour bearish divergence on all indexes taking place. There you go. All right, and I'm going to bring it back, guys. You have no reason to be bullish unless you think QE is going to be turned back on and you're going to have one of these mega rips again. All right, because if you don't, yeah, technicals will 100% be prevailing. All right, and this is why technicals didn't prevail. You had, again, and this is why bull markets are way easier to trade. All right, you just have to wait for freaking pullbacks. All right, and then you go long. All right, but like straight up, you have no reason to be bullish because QE is, we've been told QE is not going to be turned back on. All right, maybe they will. Maybe they're lying again. They probably are, but like all in all, guys, it's not going to be up here when they just exposed in the minutes that their biggest concern for their fight against inflation, or the biggest risk for their fight against inflation, is a market rally. All right, so I'm just saying, guys, unless you do think QE is going to turn on, which they've already told us it's definitely not, they're going to keep tightening throughout 2023. Well, they're not going to keep tightening throughout 2023, but they will be holding rates at I think they said 5.1% throughout 2023. And that is what brings the pain. It's not raising the interest rates, right? Yes, the market tries pricing stuff in, but what actually breaks the system is holding, okay? Holding rates up there, right? Like, I'm just saying, guys, the GDP is what it's, the national debt, not the GDP, the national debt is what it is. And even them themselves are going to be in insane pain, all right, with the rates up there all year. All right. So damn right, they're probably going to, like, eventually, yeah, we're going to do exactly what we've done here. All right. Exactly what we've done this whole time. All right. But they need to drain the system, guys. They really do need to take away the wealth effect. They need to make everybody feel poor. And that really is how it has to go down, because without it, the wealth effect is going to come down, or it's going to come back. And there you go. You have a demand problem again with the same exact supply, and boom, inflation comes back. All right. Holy sweet baby Jesus. Look at our girl, Mara. I only added freaking 5K down here, guys. That's okay. That's okay. Because it will come back down when the market tanks. All right. And Bitcoin tanks. And actually, let's look at Bitcoin. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. So I had that, and then I also was using this trend line right here, but I guess that did not end up playing out. Look at that, guys. I'm not saying we do end up coming up there and reversing, but like it's a solid chance, all right? And when that does happen, I'm just saying this zone down here is likely to be hit. All right. And guess what I'm going to be doing when that zone is likely hit? All right. And guess what? This is just another example of like, this is another factor suggesting, like, hey guys, like, this is another factor of the market, I guess we could call it, that is at extremely overbought levels here on the CCI and the RSI. This does not happen. Keep in mind, this literally does not stay up here. All right. You want to come back up here. When was the last time that you had your RSI where it is right now? Over here. Guess what happened? You formed a freaking bearish divergence, and then you fell massively. I don't think you form a bearish divergence this time. I think you're about to fall massively with the market. I think you have like literally the perfect storm for the downfall of the markets. All right. And again, yeah, I'm not a perma bear. All right. I'm just saying it makes no sense to go long here. All right, it makes perfect sense to go short here. Makes no sense to go long here. I promise you that one. All right, guys. So I'm gonna conclude it here. All right. The last thing I will point out is I don't think I did point it out in this video. But we are at 20 minutes. I know I was just talking your ear off, but all in all, like, guys, the technical setup is clear as day. There's not really much I have to show you because this was the probable scenario. This is what we've been talking about for like all week. I didn't prepare my capital for the to take advantage of this in the best manner. All right. But yeah, guys, if you end up going up to that trend line on SPY, you're probably going to make a lower low here on VIX, which is then going to make a triple bullish divergence here on the RSI. And that is about to provide fuel to be going back up to the upside on Mr. VIX. And when that happens, you're going to likely see, not likely, you're going to see SPY fall. You're going to see SPX, QQ, all DIA, IW. You're going to see everything fall. You're going to see Bitcoin fall. You're going to see all of it fall. All right, but you come over here and you look at this. All right, what do we have? We have a bullish divergence on the RSI as well on the weekly time frame. We also have that same thing on the CCI. So if you end up, and that's only if you end up undercutting this. Now, if you don't undercut that, just realize, guys, you still have, I believe you still have a bullish divergence. You have that at 40.35. No, you do not have a bullish divergence. Never mind. You have nullified that one. So your only hope here for the bullish divergence is if VIX comes and breaks 1895. All right, so I'm actually going to put that on my chart. All right, right now, 1895. Come over here, 1895. All right, 1895. All right, guys, I personally really freaking want to see VIX come down here, and yes, that does bring more pain to any SPY puts. All right, but again, this is like you guys, if you're shorting, you want the best possible setup. This is the best possible setup. You would have a weekly bullish divergence. You had a triple bullish divergence that, yes, stuck to the trend line that we've had for weeks on this chart. All right. Holy Jesus, that is so cool. That is so cool, guys, that this is actually happening. It literally is. Sloppy drawing here, right there. Right there. All right, and there you go. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave you off with that because I really don't think there's anything else I really can talk about here without just repeating myself here. But yeah, guys, no one has any reason to be bullish, all right? Yeah, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next update. Peace.